If you're like me, you occasionally just have those days where your body is just not quite there. Well, the secret to boosting your immune system might be something that you already have in your house, and it's not just for breakfast anymore. Joining me via Zoom is Greg Macpherson. He's based in New Zealand, and it's early morning for him, so be nice. He's a biotechnologist and author of Harnessing the Nine Hallmarks of Aging. Greg Macpherson, thank you very much for joining me on Community Spotlight.
Andy, it's great to be here and great to talk with you. Thank you.
Now, when I was growing up, I was told that egg yolks were basically evil. They were just full of cholesterol and had no real benefit. But you found that one of the secrets of keeping yourself healthy is some of the things that you find in egg yolks.
Yeah, that's right, Andy. It's a kind of funny old thing, isn't it? They sort of told us that we just shouldn't take them. Now we tell us that we can take them, and it's pretty difficult. But the answer is with eggs, unless you've got a cholesterol problem, just go for it. They're such an amazing um, food source, a nutrition source. But hidden inside the yolk is a really interesting molecule. It's like one of the most ancient immune molecules, and we've worked out a way to isolate it, purify it, and it has amazing benefits for our immunity.
Now, what immune health nutrients can you find in egg yolks?
You find some of the ones we all know and love, like vitamin D and zinc, but there's a little molecule in there called IgY, and it's the immune system that the chicken gives to the egg. It sits in the yolk, and if you can purify it, and you take it orally like a capsule, it acts in your gut to like a smart bomb. It like surgically takes out all the bad bacteria, and that gives your immune system a bit of a break, and it increases its bandwidth so that you can deal with all those viruses that you're dealing with and encountering every day.
I was also told and am still told that raw eggs have a lot of health risks for you. Do these immunoglobulin and other nutrients do they survive cooking?
They don't, Andy, and
Uh-huh.
that's the breakthrough really. So you'd have to have around about two or three raw eggs a day to get the benefit of the our product, which is called Immune One Defense. And yes, there are risks with raw fruit and raw eggs. So I mean, I know bodybuilders will take raw eggs, but generally it's not something that I would recommend.
What's the best way to get these nutrients then?
So we've worked out a way. Well, we work with a biotech company that's based out of Calgary in Canada, and they've actually found a way to isolate and purify just those IgYs, those antibodies. And so rather than having to swallow a couple of three eggs, raw eggs a day, you can take these capsules, and they work just as well.
I was always told that vitamin D and zinc were good ways to boost your immune health, and they're also in egg yolks. But how is IgY different from zinc and vitamin D? Why do we need it if we've already got the other minerals?
Yeah, they're like a specialized form of immune protein. So, like right now, inside both you and I, as we sit here, about 30% of the energy that our body consumes is actually going towards that fight between our immune system and our gut with all the bacteria that's sitting in our gut. And so, what these molecules do is they're actually specifically designed to target those bad bacteria and bad viruses in our gut and actually neutralize them. So that's what makes it different. Like like vitamin D and zinc kind of help the cells with their processes. Well, these are really active molecules that actually go in and have a really specific function of really of taking out the bad bacteria, and that gives our immune system just more bandwidth to handle all the other stuff.
Now, let's say that you've got a minor, not very serious, but you've got a minor cold, the case of the cold robbies, as my mom used to like to call them. Does IgY help speed recovery from sickness?
Yeah, so when you take that little bit of pressure off your immune system by taking IgY, then your immune system that you have in your blood and in your body gets a boost because it's got more ability to deal with those issues that come along, like the a cough, case of the cold. So yeah, absolutely, it can significantly help you avoid some of these issues, but also speed up recovery.
Now, I tend to spend most of my time basically trapped in this little room 9 hours a day. I don't get much of a chance to get out and exercise. How does IgY help people like me who basically we only really get a chance to keep our work on our health on the weekends?
So the great thing about our immune system is that it's not only is it involved in protecting us from bugs, but it's also the other side of it is it's really important for tissue repair, and so when you get to the gym and do that workout and you push a little bit harder, what IgY is going to do is actually going to free up your immune system to focus on tissue repair. So when you get there and you do your work on the weekend, you're going to be able to get more out of it because you're literally going to be able to train a little harder and your body's going to be able to cope with it a bunch better.
You've also found that IgY influences gut health.
It does, right? Because when we take we take it and we take out the pathogens, the bad bacteria and viruses and fungi, then it actually that has quite a significant benefit to our gut because it's just simply not having to deal with that bad bacteria that it was usually dealing with.
And how much does our immune system affect our cellular health and our aging process?
Yeah, quite significantly, Andy. So, it's really interesting. When we're born, we essentially have a very, I guess, a slightly developed immune system. And our immune system peaks at the age of 20. And then by the time we're 40, it's actually back down around about the same level as what we were when we were born. And from there on down, it continues down. And our immune system is really important because it looks after us. It's the reason that as we get older, there's more chance of things like cancer and so on. So the immune system is a fundamental part of who we are and how fast we age. And if we look after it, then it's going to look after us.
And you've got a book out now, Harnessing the Nine Hallmarks of Aging. How can our audience get more information about the book and also about the nutrients that benefit and help our immunity and maybe can actually renew some aging cells?
Yeah, so the book's available on Amazon. It's Harnessing the Nine Hallmarks of Aging. The book is essentially a translation, if you will, of a paper that came out about 10 years ago that looked at the 9 areas of our cells that drive the aging process. So what I've done is translate that quite complicated paper into a way that, or a strategy for people at different times of their life can adopt, if you will, just to keep their cells in great working order. You can find our immune product. It's called IMM1 Defense at our website, which is srw.co.
SW.co.
Actually, I'll say that again, Andy. It's www.s for science, R for research, W for wellness.co.
SRW.co.
You got it.
Okay. Greg Macpherson, author of Harnessing the Nine Hallmarks of Aging. Thank you very much for joining us on Community Spotlight at an hour of the morning that only radio people should be up for you. Take care.
You're welcome, Andy. Thanks so much.